right, welcome to Gen X Rated Tuesday edition. How we doing, guys?
Oh, pretty good. Happy to be here.
Excellent. Gino, what do we got going on?
I need drugs. I just got some drugs from my producer, Melissa. That's a lot of munching, girl. Okay. I have sciatica, goddammit.
Sciatica, never pleasant.
That's the worst.
I blame Bill. He told me to work out so I don't die. I tried a little something yesterday. Now I have sciatica. I hate him. Anyway, I'll be fine. That's why I stand, because I can't sit because my fucking back hurts all the time. But now it's in my ass cheek and my hamstring. So, but
that's the worst.
Yeah, I'll be all right. How you guys doing? How you doing, Rob? How did that hockey go over the weekend?
It went okay. The ladies were a little rusty, but the effort was there, and we've had a weird season with a lot less practice than normal, which as a coach, I love working on the breakout and some team stuff we haven't been able to do, but they always put in the effort, and wasn't terrible. Let's just say that. Less
practice because of global warming, or less practice because
everyone the holidays fell on weird times with some of it. Some of it was the rink was down. But you have to practice. You know that, Gene.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that anymore, but I'm with you. Well, better luck next time.
I appreciate it. We got more coming up, so I'm not too worried. And the playoffs will be in April, so we'll see how it goes.
If you had fun, you won.
That's right. Let me get the participation award.
You'll find it in the trash.
What are we smoking today, Melissa, by the way? What are we smoking today, Melissa? Animal face or some shit like that?
No,
so
we're smoking.
Your team probably needs to smoke.
Cookies.
Huh?
Kemen cookies.
Or Kemen cookies. If you smoke some Kemen cookies, we just picked this up at the dispensary today, at Rise Dispensary, downtown Cleveland. So Kemen cookies, they probably would have been playing lights out, motherfucker. But I'm just saying. It's a performance-enhancing medication.
Oh, I hope they don't get tested for that.
Nice.
Anyway, what's going on in the world, Rob?
Well, there's a few things that I want to talk about. I don't want to get too crazy on it because I feel like, as we've talked about, this is kind of a distraction.
That fucking Luka trade? Are you kidding me? We can spend the whole hour on that if you want. No, I'm just kidding.
Franchise altering.
Altering, apparently.
For sure. I know his dad was pretty upset about the trade, but
well, then his dad should have told him to eat less biscuits and fucking gravy, because the dude weighs about 280 right now, and he can't walk on a bad calf. And how the fuck do you even strain a calf? I mean, my God, these guys run up and down wooden courts all day long. So I think it was a great trade for both sides. I don't see the problem with it. 80's, he's not quite as injury prone. He's on the downside. He's 32. Kyrie can play with AD. They're buddies.
For sure.
Maybe some of this LeBron work ethic will rub off on Luka. Maybe it won't. I mean, the Mavs literally bet against him, going, man, this is another situation where we're going to give this guy $400 million and he's only going to play half the time. They've seen Kawhi Leonard fucking miss a shitload of games. They've seen Zion Williamson miss a shitload of games on max contracts. That's a lot of money to give a dude that isn't available all the time. And the dude straight up can't play defense yet because he's never he's a Hall of Famer. I was not. When you're not a Hall of Famer, you can work yourself into shape at training camp. When you are a Hall of Famer, you better fucking come in shape. You know what I'm saying?
You better show up in shape.
You better show up in better shape than everybody on your team, because you're making the most money. And LeBron always does. And I think that's what people are looking for when you're investing $400 million in a dude. So I think it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
I know you were going to talk about that, but that's what everybody else is fucking talking about. So I figured I'd just get that shit out of the way. I think it's a good trade for everybody. People in Dallas are like, they've lost their minds. It's like, dude, they got blown out in the finals last year, like 4-0. It was ugly.
And he made some really bad plays to boot.
So,
I mean,
but he scored 70 points last year. Yeah, but he gave up like 50 to the fucking guy he scored 70 on. That doesn't fucking do you any good.
Yeah.
So.
And to your point, you got to play some defense. Can't all be him shooting from outside the arc all day either.
That's all I know about that. That was a crazy trade, but it was exciting. People got people's juices flowing, because the NBA, the numbers were down this year. Nobody liked the quality of the fucking game.
You're right.
This should shake some shit up, I imagine. So,
well, what do you think about What do you think about the idea that was floated by the commissioner to maybe shorten the games a bit?
Terrible idea. And I did see that. I completely forgot that until you mentioned that again. I don't like it. Why are the game that was invented in North America, why are we coming down to their fucking time frame? Let them go up to our time frame, or I mean, aren't we in better shape when we play the extra minutes when we go into international competition?
Well, but yeah, but what about you look at college basketball, man, two 20-minute halves. Game flies by. It's great. I remember going to a Hawks game, dude, even having courtside seats, great seats, but it's like, does this game ever end?
Oh, it's a speed thing for you. I got you.
Well, no, it went on forever. And on it, the Hawks and I think the Sixers were in town at the time, and neither one was having a particularly great season. So it wasn't like a really, it wasn't a very important game, but it just seemed to go on forever.
Cavs experience. The rare times we go to the game, it's a lot of fun. We went to, I think, Game 7 of the playoffs, of the first round of the playoffs last year, like last minute. It was exciting as shit.
Oh, dude, that's really it. Game 7s are always exciting.
And when we're at home, the longer the game, the more Guinness I get to drink. So what's the problem? I don't see the problem. So, but anyway, no, I see your point. With today's, I always forget we have younger generations that didn't sit there watching boring ass Saturday morning cartoons, and time goes by slowly. They're always doing
stimulation.
Attention span.
I do think though I get what you're saying. If they were going to play 2 20-minute halves like college, that's one thing. But if you're talking about 10-minute quarters, I expect my professionals to be a step ahead of college, a level above that. You can't play that 2 extra minutes. You're not asking for much more a game. 8 minutes. I want it, but play a better style. Play better.
Well, that's a fair point. That's valid.
I always thought the games went high school football. I think we had 10-minute quarters. Does that sound about right?
I would have guessed 12, but I don't know.
It always seemed like the game went too
10
fast.
seems short.
Yeah,
it does seem short.
I don't know, but I'm from Nebraska. Anything's possible there. They play 5-man football there, so it's. But yeah, I'm with Rob. What I'm saying is, I'm with Rob on that. I like a longer. You get a higher up in the ranks, you need to play a longer game and entertain me some more, especially with those fucking ticket prices.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
But Bill, you both have valid points. I could see either argument, but again, I'm at home drinking, so it doesn't matter if that game is 10 hours. I'm at home drinking, and I got enough beer for the 10 hours. No big deal.
Nice. All right. Well, a couple of the things on the world front, at least in our world, I just wanted to touch upon. Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. Just advanced somehow on this day to
only the best and the brightest
What
vote.
were their posts? What are their cabinet posts again? Tulsi was for what? NSA or
CIA? I think.
No, she's not CIA.
I thought it was NSA.
NSA.
I think she's national security. And Kennedy was what again?
Health and Human Services.
Yeah.
HHS. Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah, there's a great meme out there with him in a late model car, puts down the window, and he's like, "Get in, we're getting polio."
Yeah, no doubt.
Dude, Mitch McConnell had polio, and I bet you he votes to pass this guy.
Mitch McConnell also didn't thank the March of Dimes after having had polio.
That's right.
As an adult. I mean, you want to say thanks to the March? I'm good. I don't need to say thanks to them. It's like Dick Cheney with his heart. You want to meet the family of the heart recipient? No, I'm good.
Yeah, no.
It's good. It's all good. It's working fine. It's mine now. There's just it's a personality defect, dude, or a personality type that personality type is not going away anytime soon. We are going to work around that or learn how to work through it or with it or something. But yeah, dude, that's just you're born that way, for fuck's sake.
I would agree. And
it's just so many of them.
Somebody didn't tell you any better.
Fucking Mitch McConnell, sit there, freeze for fucking 45 seconds, having petit mal seizures, can't even thank the March of Dimes. What a douche.
What a douche.
A couple other things too. They're finding a way through executive order to get rid of the Department of Education. I also find that fairly upsetting. I don't know if their plan is to get back to the states and let each state do it. I mean, it's a little too close to homeschooling for me.
Jesus,
I like federal guidelines. I like to know that we're K through 12. We're educating these people, not just what their parents know or what dad thinks is right. doesn't
Yeah,
necessarily.
you're only as smart as your teacher. And if your mom's an idiot,
So in the
and
first
she
term,
probably is.
the first term, Trump tried to combine the Department of Education with the Department of Labor. They had both the House and the Senate. That went nowhere.
Let's teach these kids how to work in a meatpacking plant. You're 6. Let's go.
Well, and they've already started laying off dozens of Department of Education, basically to bring down the DEI numbers. You know how terrible the DEI is. So,
Oh, yeah, that DEI. How come nobody calls out DEI for mediocre white guys?
I don't know. They should.
Yeah, they should. I mean, some of these fuckers you have to deal with they're just morons. They're just it's DEI, man. You guys were gifted a job. Meanwhile, the whole point of DEI is to give qualified people a chance because they've been overlooked in favor of unqualified, very mediocre white guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's mind-boggling. I mean, they fucking just twist it into a pretzel, and the logic is just squeezed out of it.
But if you, like you said before, if you say it enough times, people start to believe it. We have 20,000 federal workers that have accepted the buyout, and they may forfeit their pensions because they just don't know. The other part of the buyout problem is that none of it's been approved by Congress, so there's no guarantee you're even going to get that money.
Yeah, you're gonna trust Leon to pay you, really? And does that include healthcare too? Does that come with your healthcare?
They'll probably get to keep their healthcare.
Yeah, no.
A couple other things that I just wanted to add. Withdrawing for the U.S. from the UN Human Rights Council. I don't know where we would have a problem with that exactly. They promote and protect human rights around the world.
Well, that's probably the first step to getting rid of human rights here at home.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know, if we can round up and deport Native Americans, well,
you know how dictatorships work. You gotta twist the media into fucking knots, get it on your side, and they've sued enough media outlets that are paying Trump personally, for faming his name. That's a fucking huge red flag right there.
And lawsuits that they would most likely win.
Right. They've shit on the education system. They already don't teach civics, so we don't even know our fucking history from the past. And now, if they get rid of the Department of Education, we're even dumber than ever. They're
hard to fathom, actually.
Chipping away at all the things that democracies need to function. So, you know.
Well, and to that point, Andy Biggs in the House, he's a GOP rep, is trying to introduce a bill to abolish OSHA, which is all about safety for workers.
Yeah. Lost your hand in that unsafe machinery? Well, I guess we can fire you now.
Who was it that decided they didn't want to endorse Kamala this year? Was it the Teamsters or was it UAW? I can't remember.
Oh, it was the UAW.
They did it individually, the UAW.
Yeah.
But
that's not good enough. So when they get their fucking hands chopped off and OSHA no longer exists, I don't want to fucking hear about it. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear complaints about people that didn't fucking vote for her or endorse her. And we know a whole bunch of white boy union workers over the last decade have somehow decided they don't give a fuck about anything else except their own personal job and being a fucking MAGA. I don't know how that shit happened, but I know 10 of those guys personally myself. One of them's a fucking electrician who was taking pictures with fucking Al Franken a few years ago when he was a senator, because Al Franken was a strong union guy, and now the guy's a full-blown MAGA. His name is Tommy Klesch. I don't give a fuck if you know his fucking name. He's a fucking MAGA idiot. I don't know how Tommy turned into a fucking MAGA. Dude used to be a fucking union guy. Dude used to preach the union shit. I don't know why these motherfuckers on Fox News convinced you that having equality is bad, that having women in the workforce is bad, that having birth control or body autonomy is bad. I don't know what the fuck is going on in your fucking stupid fucking head. But again, you motherfuckers that didn't endorse Kamala or didn't fucking personally vote for her, and you're in fucking unions, including cop fucking unions, by the way.
Oh, dude, they're the worst.
Shit rolls downhill. They'll eventually get to your ass right now. They're bribing your ass to fucking control us, but eventually they'll think you're fucking overpaid too and try to pay you $10 an hour. Not to mention they'll all have private security, so they won't fucking really need cops. I'm just saying, man, if we don't stick into this shit together, and unions is a big part of it, and a bunch of unions fucked up this year thinking they couldn't endorse a black Indian woman for those three reasons. Black Indian woman, fucking stupid.
Fuck
Yeah.
around and find out, says Gene.
Yes.
Well, and you know, and the thing is, like, and this ties into like people not knowing their history or being educated, but people died to form unions, man. People have no idea what it was like when robber barons and corporations
The union
ran the
busters?
show.
They
You
beat
know
them.
how we lost the
Oh,
working
yeah.
class, right? We're all registered. Well, I was a registered Democrat. The next election, they're gonna find out I'm not anymore. But we've been Democrats our whole fucking life. These Democrats went running over to government buildings yesterday that Elon Musk is fucking up. These same motherfuckers could have done what Bernie Sanders was doing for 25 years and run to every fucking picket line, every union fucking thing. But they chose not to do that shit, and they lost the working class. There's a reason these union boys left them, because the Democrats that were elected left the union boys, and you weren't doing shit for them.
Yeah.
Time to
Well,
start
Biden did
up
come out to
those
the picket
places,
line,
too.
though.
Say again?
Biden did come out to the picket line during the UAW strike.
How many times in 50 fucking years? Because he's been a government employee for 50 years. Did he come
Well,
out?
yeah, no, that's true. But I mean, he was the
do it all
first
the time.
president to ever do
If
it.
you're not Bernie Sandering that fucking shit, then you're not really doing it. You're
Yeah.
giving lip service. This is their fucking job, man. Show up to the fucking doors of shit and demand accountability. This is
I
what
agree.
you're supposed to do. And I heard, did one of you guys text me and say that one of our senators may hold up Trump's fucking appointments or some shit if he keeps fucking around with stuff?
Well, I know Brian Schatz has been huge and extremely
okay.
vocal. He's a senator from Hawaii.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
We need more of this, and I think they're starting to catch on. The whole Musk getting into our treasury.
Catch on. That's a terrifying statement you're making after 2 weeks of this bullshit, that they're starting to figure this out. I'll
Just now.
Dick Durbin 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we're coming up with a game plan. We'll get back to you. Dude, these fucking boomers, and we could talk an hour about fucking boomers fucking this shit up from
Oh, fuck yeah.
born to today, but that's another day.
Well, and one of my strongest feelings is about the USAID. It was started under Kennedy. It basically is an independent agency of the government. Their primary responsibility is to administer foreign aid and developmental assistance around the world. They help millions around the world to avoid malaria, to have access to clean water, food, and healthcare. I don't understand why we feel, or our orange guy thinks, that everybody's scamming us. I just don't understand why we're the victim in this scenario.
Oh yeah.
Americans used to want to help those that needed help, foreign, countries that needed help. We were here. We were supposed to be the beacon. Now we're just like spiteful, hateful people that don't want to do shit unless you're going to pay me back tenfold. It's not worth it to me. And it's not, shouldn't be about the money. Any thoughts?
Yeah, no, we're the Snidely Whiplash of the world now. Remember that guy from the cartoons as a kid? Yeah, that's us. Penny pinching, mean-spirited, petty.
Snidely
Whiplash.
Snidely Whiplash, or Headley Lamar. That's Headley.
I remember Headley, of course. Headley was pure evil.
He was pure evil.
Here are my thoughts on it, dude. How quickly we forget after fucking 9/11 who signed the Article 7 thing in NATO and said we're all in this shit together. That was fucking all of Europe and Canada and a bunch of other countries.
For sure.
After 9/11, when we got all of our flights diverted to Canada and shit, they took these people in to their fucking houses. How quickly we forget? These motherfuckers don't owe us shit. When bad shit happens, we're all in this shit together, as we found out on 9/11. If we don't want to learn our history from 50 years ago, you can't go back 24 years ago and just think about what people did for us on 9/11, and that doesn't make you a nicer American or a nicer human being. We're owed something. That's nonsensical. It's ridiculous. And China and Russia aren't going to go for that shit, by the way. They want some, the rest of the world wants some equity. We're 5% of the population, been sucking up 25% of everything here for the last 150 fucking years. So, we're literally going to have to make some fundamental changes coming down the pipe here, but we don't seem to want to. We seem to want to elect pussy grabbing fucking morons that wear orange fucking war paint and can't say anything other than tariff and what are those other big fucking words? Yeah, make America great again.
That's a good
fucking things you can fucking say.
I only wanted to finish on that USAID is that in 2012, Putin shut it down inside Russia because it supported free markets, democracy, and human rights. So are we just trying to really push ourselves into that category? It makes me, long for the axis of evil. At least I knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just ridiculous. I mean,
I long for women to take over the fucking world because men are fucking stupid. That's what I long for.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. Another thing, as part of the information that we're not getting, is we talked in the past about Kansas and the tuberculosis outbreak, which is still going on. It has gone into Ohio. It's also in Ashland, Montana. But to boot, Montana's dealing with flu, RSV, and H1N1. You're not going to see it on the CDC website because it's just not there.
Because it's gone dark. And don't worry, though, but RFK Jr. is coming in, and we're going to fix this by not getting anybody vaccinated and not having anybody have health care.
Is Trump going to sue the local newscasts that report on upticks in these fucking diseases and shit and maladies and shit? Or
keep in mind,
he'll probably try.
Yeah, but who owns all the local media, Uncle Bill?
Oh, national
Sinclair.
Yeah,
Sinclair.
national.
So.
Yeah. Big conglomerates now.
And they already put out the script, so you just read off the script.
We'll tell you what you need to say. Don't worry about it. We'll tell you the news.
And they're good like that.
Terrifying.
It's just getting to the point where it's like Uncle Bill says, just nasty and meanness, and we seem to be okay with that. I mean, I saw people complaining that they're trying to cut the credit for head of household on your taxes. I think we had it before when you had in the days when you had somebody at home and, the dad was going to work and he was the big man. And now that you have women as head of household, we're going to get rid of that. And it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's just, it's straight up misogynistic bullshit just to be petty.
And mean-spirited.
It's ridiculous.
Well, our Democrats, your Democrats, because you guys are still registered, need to be petty too. They needed to hold up fucking whatever Senate things they can
Every
hold
one
up.
of these things.
Absolutely. It's what the GOP does when the Democrats are in power. So dig in your heels and hopefully they're starting to get the idea. I mean, Hakeem Jeffries sent that letter out to the House majority yesterday saying, hey, look, if you guys continue with this bullshit and continue talking about freezing funds, right, for services that Americans rely on, good luck getting our support with the budget deadline coming up. You can just fuck off. You're not going to get it. So figure it out. So that's a great step. It's a great step. So, but
on top of that,
build on that.
Does he have any henchmen to speak of, Hakeem Jeffries? Does he have any people that go out and talk shit for him? Or
I don't know. That's a good question.
He needs some, and then they need to go out and say, in the future, when we take this shit back over, A, B, C, D, E, F is going to happen. If these walls of protection fucking crumble, and I'm talking threatening fucking every billionaire with the fucking highest tax rate hike in the history of fucking the world. Start with fucking that, throwing any of fucking Elon Musk's fucking engineers in fucking prison for fucking life, maybe fucking executing a few of them if it turns out they're fucking selling secrets to a foreign country, because we don't know what the fuck they're doing, and that's super weird because they're not elected to be doing any of the shit they're doing.
Yeah. Well, and these kids, these 19 to 24-year-olds who have a place on the White House grounds, Trump was bragging about today, they didn't only go into the Treasury not as a read only, right? So they can manipulate all that data, steal it, take it, manipulate it, leave it how you want. I mean, your privacy is essentially gone, and nobody voted for this guy. I just don't understand why this is okay.
That pisses me off. This fucking South African piece of shit who did not grow up with us, was not a latchkey kid with us, grew up in apartheid South Africa, just coming over here. I don't think he gives a shit if he thinks we want this or not. I think he just
it's not about us.
Yeah, he has the opportunity to do it, so he's just going to go ahead and fucking do it. To hell with what happens to him, I guess. But I tell you what, man, America should have a fucking special present waiting for that motherfucker when we take this motherfucker back over. Because again, I don't know if people realize this, but the Nazis fucking lost. Okay? Mussolini fucking lost. Those fucking idiots lost. They're morons. In the end, we're dealing with a bunch of fucking idiots with idiot brains. Yes, they're fucking evil, but they're also fucking stupid. and we can take advantage of this stupidity. They've already pissed off everybody in the entire country in 2 fucking weeks. They could have taken this shit over a lot more sly than they did, but they like, fuck
They don't
everybody.
care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Dude, that's pretty fucking stupid. And Democrats need to start playing this fucking game back, or fuck them. I'll never vote for another one if they don't start fucking with these people back. I want tax hikes, and I want fucking prison sentences. I mean, easily Bush and fucking Cheney, and goddamn sure Karl Rove's ass could have been thrown in prison by Obama. And I'm still fucking butt sore about the fact that you just let that fucking illegal bullshit fucking war go on, and it went on for another fucking 15 years after that. That's some shit. We can't do that shit anymore. You have to do what you did to Nixon, and even fucking worse. These people are not fucking above the law, and if you keep giving them fucking ground, they literally are going to think they're king someday. It's crazy.
It's getting close to that.
Well, Trump does think he's a king
at this point, and it's nonsensical. Start throwing some of these motherfuckers in jail. At least threaten it. You know they're breaking the fucking law. They can't do anything without breaking the law. They're too fucking dumb.
That's what they do. And here's the thing, man. Instead of pardoning Nixon, if they'd have thrown his ass in jail, even for like a month, even house arrest,
even better.
It would have sent a message.
Even better.
Yeah, and they didn't.
I agree. You got it. If no one's above the law, if Lady Justice's scales are fucking all balanced out, start proving it, assholes. quit fucking faking it. We're onto your asses. Jesus Christ. You can't fucking gaslight any more generations. Gaslighting is literally not a fucking thing anymore. You can fucking do. You can have a fucking cult, and they're not going, and they know what they're doing is wrong, and they're going to defend it to the nth degree because they're in a cult. And when you're really wrong about shit, people
just double down.
Yeah, you double down, and you circle the fucking wagons, and you don't admit you're fucking wrong. So they know they're full of shit. At this point, what the fuck are we going to do about it?
And just to circle back on that USAID, which I really feel like if they can pull this off, that it's the beginning of the end. If you taxed a 2% tax on 5 of these billionaires, you would have enough revenue for the entire budget of this USAID. 2%, 5 people.
Yeah, and are they even going to miss that 2%?
No, God,
when you've got that many decimals and zeros in your bank account, are you even going to miss that?
No, and it's for the greater good. You live in a society. We're supposed to be taking care of the lowest denominator. Or is that just when we teach to the test? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know where we got off the rails. So we are thinking everybody's ripping us off. And
we just elected a dude, apparently, that for the DNC, that Nancy Pelosi did not endorse. She wanted somebody else. And the first thing out of this dude's mouth was, we have good billionaires and we're going to take their money. It's like, dude, nobody wants to fucking hear that. The B fucking word first thing.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear that shit.
Now, if you're going to say it and say, we're going to take that money out of their pockets and put it into the working class, okay, maybe.
I want to hear what I honestly want to hear is like, hey, we have a healthcare problem as proven by that Luigi Mangione guy. He did this shit for a reason. It may have been illegal as fuck, and it may have been wrong, and he may have taken someone's life. But let's get the conversation started. We need to hear this shit from our politicians. Instead, they're going to try to bury this guy with a terrorism charge and gaslight us into believing billionaires are good for the Democratic Party, which they are fucking not. They're
not good for anything or
anyone. For any party except their own party.
Yeah.
Another disappointing fucking election for me. And then I think David Hogg got vice, is it? What do you call it?
Was he the vice chair?
Vice chair of the DNC. Mm-hmm. You remember David Hogg, right? Parkland Memorial.
Oh yeah.
All right. Which also kind of fucking irritates me that I only know his fucking name. And there was a Latina gay girl involved in that movement, and a black guy involved in that movement, and a black woman. And the media solely focused on one kid, David Hogg. Why? White dude with a dick. I got no problem with white dudes with a dick, but this was a fucking movement with several dozen students at Parkland, and they focused on the white straight cisgender male, and that shit's got to end too. It's big country, big melting pot. We're all in it, dude. I don't fucking look like David Hogg. I look like somebody else. I want attention too, for fuck's sake. I'm just saying. Just saying.
All right, and here's part of the public service part of the show today. Since you're not going to find it on the CDC, if you have any of these symptoms, you might want to get checked by a doctor. TB is no joke. Obviously, it's something that can be treated, but it also can kill you. So
Didn't Doc Holliday have? Wasn't he a? Didn't he have TB? Wasn't he a lunger, quote unquote?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Tombstone, for educating me on tuberculosis.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know shit about shit until I saw that movie. Like, oh, there's all kinds of nasty shit there. Ugh. Anyway.
Dude, the old West was
And
a
now it's
horrible
back.
place.
Well, now it's back thanks to, I don't know, fucking RFK Jr. and idiots like him.
Oh, hey, making America great again.
Whatever.
Well, and he's in a great place to make more money again, which I think they find that appealing, and they think that that's so American. And at this point, it's just becoming ridiculous because you're taking from everybody else just to enrich yourself. You shouldn't be able to do that in that situation as a secretary of anything. It's kind of shitty.
Absolutely.
It's right up there with the Department of Education, and we hire only the best people that are coming up for that. I think we all know this, and I'm just going to the visual real quick because I do find it really off-putting that he puts her in place, Linda McMahon, who has a great history of theatrics, which I'm all about. But the issue is that
well, it wasn't she
how she
involved?
qualified.
No, she's not. It wasn't she involved in some kind of a sex scandal?
Yeah, she covered up for people at the WWE that somebody was doing some sexual harassment stuff for her, and she basically told the victim or the victim's lawyers, like, he'll change, don't worry. Yeah, they covered up a lot of shit.
Only the best people.
Only the best.
They just pay him off, dude. Give him a little coin, and then, I don't know, man. You can't get to any of these people because they all have fucking bodyguards. It's already started where everyone has personal security. You can't get near them. So and fist fights apparently are punishable by death. You get shot now for standing your ground. So it's again, did we talk about this last podcast? We're just kind of a pussified fucking country now. It's just a bunch of fucking pussies that want to shoot each other. And
well, yeah, they all want to cosplay with
yeah, I know.
with all their guns. I mean, you're walking around with, you got your side piece, you got your AR-15s slung over your shoulder, you're wearing your flak jacket, you're heading into Chick-fil-A and you're ready for anything.
I am going into Starbucks. Don't I need that?
Yeah, oh, I gotta be, man. You never know. They're out to get me. Black people, women, they're good. Liberals, they're out. I gotta be, jacked up and ready to go on my Starbucks. But yeah, dude, these fucking guys, and half of them look like they couldn't run a block.
Well, I mean, it's silly because that's not how any of that shit's gonna go down. A dictator's gonna want order. He's gonna want control, and he's gonna use his own fucking military to tell you to stay the fuck home. And then he's gonna take your fucking guns. Oh, by the way, I think when Trump did that deal with Mexico, he unwittingly did a gun deal with Mexico, saying they would bleed fewer guns into Mexico. So the gun nuts don't even realize, they think it's a fucking win, but these idiots got more gun control. So it's already started. They're not too bright.
Not to mention the deal that he made with Mexico was for 10,000 troops on the border, not knowing that they already had 15,000 on the border. So that's a free pass for 5,000 soldiers.
So they can take 5,000 off the border if they want now, and Canada. He did a $1.6 billion deal with Trudeau that was already done with Biden back in December, but he thinks he did it because Trudeau was like, "Hey, how about we do this?" And again, there's lots of ways to defeat this guy. Being transactional with him, kissing his ass when necessary. I mean, this guy could do a lot of good if Democrats could find an angle. And I'm not saying send your hottest congresswomen to talk to him or some shit, but just find an angle to kiss his ass and, bring a little eye candy with you when you do it. And I don't know, dude. It's going to take a multitude of ways to slow this guy down for 4 years, because he is off to the fastest start I've ever seen in trying to destroy a country, as evidenced by Dmitry Medvedev, who used to be the fucking president of Russia, going, keep doing what you're doing. Get rid of USAID. Get rid of this. Get rid of just like basically kill democracy. Russia is rooting on America. China is rooting on America. And it's, I would say it's frightening, but I'm just trying to not watch the news and breathe deeply. That's all I can do.
Well, it is. It's crazy, and I do feel like it comes to an overload where they're just trying to sow so much angst and and irritation that people will maybe push back to the point where he can maybe seize a little bit more control. I don't know if that's possible, but I do feel like, as we talked about, yeah, I'm a registered Democrat, absolutely. They don't have my vote. I'm not voting for this. I'm not voting to not push back. I'm not voting to not take care of the people that need it the most. That's what this whole thing was supposed to be about. We talked about this before. I pay federal taxes. Why does it all come down to the state? Where's my federal tax money go if you're not going to put it into infrastructure and roads? And I'm not interested in the crypto. I think it's kind of some made up shit and a great way to steal more money that isn't yours. So yeah, I could be the next crypto millionaire, but not likely. And I'd rather have my shit in gold and guaranteed. Why are we getting rid of the FDIC? Why is that such a fucking problem? You know why? Because it doesn't affect billionaires. It only covers up to $250,000 that you might have in the bank if you're blessed enough to have it. Those guys, they don't care. Why do we have it? Let's deregulate. It makes no sense. The federal government's there to protect all of us, whether you have a stack of cash this high or no stack. You're still an American. And as we kept coming back to, Gene, very un-American. All this shit. You want to run with the patriotic stuff, fine. None of this stuff is American. It's all un-American to me. How we're handling it, how we're moving forward, where we're just like, fuck everybody. That's not how we grew up. And it's not how this nation was built. I'm not saying there wasn't fuckery. I'm not ignorant, but this is over the top and close to you losing a lot of your rights. He did tell you wouldn't have to vote again. So he always says the quiet part out loud because he's kind of a dum-dum.
Yep. Yeah, and the other dum-dums just eat it up.
Sure. I mean, we have people that are voting because they know they're going to get primaried or they're coming up for election just to stay in. If that's all that matters to you is keeping your job, then you're doing a disservice to your constituents. And why are you there? Just for the paycheck? That doesn't seem like
the paycheck and the healthcare. Yeah, that's exactly it. They don't give a shit about representing their districts or.
Why do we keep sending them back there? Why are we voting for these people that don't do anything for us?
I don't know.
I mean, I gotta admit, I ate up when Obama got nominated. I love that shit. Just being a black kid growing up in America thinking that shit's never gonna fucking happen. And then it happened. But here's wherein lied the problem. We decided to become a little mini Obama cultists ourselves. And instead of holding his fucking feet to the fire from everything from Occupy Wall Street to whatever the fuck he was doing in Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, and whatever, we fucked up. We're going to drop the middle class. We're going to fucking go full wartime fucking bullshit. And we're going to worry about the fucking rich and our donors and be neoliberals. And that shit's run its course. So we ourselves fell for some shit because we never thought we were going to see, just like they never thought they were going to see some regular fucking dotard like Trump be in office. We never thought we were going to see some educated, overeducated, brilliant black guy who was a former community organizer in office. And all of a sudden we did, but then we formed our own little fucking mini cult, and we didn't hold his ass to the fire until it was too late. And then we were so sick of him by his fucking 8th year, it's like, oh fuck, get the fuck out, man. Just give me a fucking break.
In fairness, he wasn't trying to become a king either.
He was not trying to become a king, but
he wasn't taking our rights away. He didn't step away from the World Health Organization. He didn't withdraw from the UN Human Rights Council. I mean,
but what did he do? He busted up Occupy Wall Street. Those are the young kids that fucking he needs votes for. Those are fucking young Democrats he fucked up. He extrajudiciously killed Americans that became Al-Qaeda, but were born in this country. He did not fucking give them their due process. He did a lot of shit that leftists go, man, you can't just go fucking killing an American because he's a fucking terrorist. You got to go try to fucking catch that guy. And we're talking about killing Americans that weren't even in fucking war zones, dude. He was just going and fucking whacking fucking people that were talking shit on America. It feels very patriotic, but it's also fucking very illegal. If you want us to fucking follow the law, then we have to fucking follow the law. No, it's nothing like Trump, but you let him get away with enough stuff, and then he doesn't do enough for the middle class, and then they get bored, and then all of a sudden we get a fucking Trump, and then he egged Trump on. But that's neither here nor there. I have no idea if Trump was running or not after Obama shit on him at that correspondence center. However, that being said, No one took that guy seriously enough. I remember Maggie Haberman from the New York Times. I'll never forget her on George Stephanopoulos laughing at the thought that Trump could be the nominee. And Keith Ellison was there too. He was a congressman. I think he's the AG in Minnesota now. He said, "Hey, don't laugh at this shit. I know America. I know Middle America. Take this shit seriously." And George and Maggie were like, "Ah."
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude. It's like our own side didn't even take this shit seriously.
Dude,
So,
Michael Moore warned us.
we're taking it seriously now. He's fucking putting little toads with HB1 visas. I don't even know if these little motherfuckers Elon has in these offices are fucking Americans, dude. I have no idea if they're compromised. I have no idea if he's buying them hookers to get them to do shit. I have no fucking idea. But these little young idiots that don't have fully developed brains, I can promise you this, are probably doing all sorts of illegal shit. And they're the ones that are going to fucking go to prison, you dumb fucks.
I
And
hope
I
so.
can't fucking wait, by the way. Idiots. So stupid.
It's
I
a lot.
don't know. What else do you want to talk about? Fuck that orange prick.
Yeah, we're definitely going to stay off him because he's
Alright.
just a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that this is coming up. If anybody wants to talk about the Super Bowl,
Oh yeah.
it is probably the least exciting Super Bowl we've had in a long time. Interest seems to be way down. Super Bowl 59, the average ticket price is under $7,000. I think last year's average ticket price was about $9,400. So you can get a cheap ticket. You can get in there. Now, the cheapest ticket's about $3,300, but with the service fee, it's at $4,000. But that'll get you in the building.
A $700 service fee. That's hilarious. You know where the NFL fucked up with this game and there's low interest is this was supposed to be Josh Allen's Super Bowl as it was written, and the Buffalo Bills completely fucked up by not trading for Luka Doncic. So, I'm just saying that's why they didn't make it. So next time, learn your lesson and fucking trade for the 25-year-old sharpshooter, and you might make the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, different sports. Anyway, I have no interest in it. I have one weird fact about the Super Bowl. The only thing I know about the Super Bowl is if the Eagles lose, which I'm kind of rooting for the Eagles because nobody needs to fucking three-peat and pay Pat Riley more fucking money. Who cares?
Yeah.
If the Eagles lose, their overall all-time record will be 666 wins and 666 losses.
Oh my God. Wow.
If
Nice.
they lose. So weird
I
fun
hope they
fact
win.
today for the Super Bowl. So just so you know.
I like it.
Well,
And
it
it's just
sounds like the religious people would be rooting for the Eagles because they don't like the 666.
Yeah, definitely. Think about
They
it.
just voted for
But the
it.
religious people are kind of MAGA-ish, and you got to admit Kansas City is the more MAGA team,
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
a long shot. So
Clark Hunt, you kidding me?
Clark Hunt and that
Clark Hunt.
douchebag kicker.
Clark Hunt, what an asshole! What an asshole for even being named Clark Hunt. I have no idea. What a dumb name.
I don't know. I just feel like we already had this Super Bowl opportunity. They kind of ruined it to begin with their crap about that holding call at the end. You didn't even give us for a decent game. I mean, Hurts put up 400 plus yards. That kid played the lights out, and you didn't even give him a final opportunity to see if he could get down the field and get into field goal range, because you don't make that call, they're kicking a field goal. We talked about this. Kansas City kicks a field goal. Let's let this game continue. Instead, ball at the 1 yard line. Now they're going to play fuck, kill the clock, kick a field goal, and you've ruined another Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Nicely
it was.
done.
It was.
Now you're going to bring these guys back in, same fucking teams, and I don't know that they should have been there. I mean, there was so much nefarious stuff that went on to get them there. People would have liked to have seen Detroit. That would have been a great story. People would have liked to have seen Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. Would have been a good story. Instead, we get the same retread. And I'm not saying you couldn't have had the Eagles in there, sure. But the Chiefs, it's a little too much help. And it becomes a little scripted. When you got T.O. talking about the NFL being scripted, you've done something wrong.
Yeah. And, I won't say it's necessarily scripted, but dude, the integrity in that league is gone. There's just none. I mean, anytime you see a questionable call, the first thing you think of is whose favor is this going in, right?
Yeah.
Like what's the line on this game? It makes no sense. And they did it to themselves. All of the major league sports did. I mean, they got into bed with legalized gambling, and this is what you get.
That's
I
not
mean,
good at all. That's going to be compromising to a lot of refs and players and young people coming up that are going to gamble, that are athletes before they even make it into the league. That's going to be that whole gambling thing is going to be a giant mess. But I have a
Yeah.
question for you two, because I don't know the answer. Are NFL refs full time yet? Because
they are
they are full time now. Since when?
full-time shitty.
Yeah. So that's why I'm
It's
asking.
fairly
How does the
recent.
quality go down of reffing if they're full time now?
Oh, yeah.
That was always the complaint, that these guys needed to be full-time and really focus on it. But that clearly practice doesn't make perfect with these guys. And there's just too many variables. The game's so fast. The guys are so big that, look at some of these guys. I mean, unless the guys are juiced up like Hockley's kid with his giant biceps,
Yeah.
listen, I've been off the sideline for 10 years plus. A lot of those same guys are there, and they were old when I was there. And I'm not saying they're bad guys, but you can't compete. The game's only gotten faster. Just a big difference. And I think that you need better training. You need younger guys coming in there. Maybe ex football players. They know what to look for. Something is
Simpler
wrong.
fucking rules, dude. Maybe there's just too many goddamn ways to throw a flag in the NFL, or too many. Simplify this shit a little bit.
Like on the extra point, when you try and lunge over the center, like, come on, guys. Really? That was a problem?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be different if Gene was putting his hands together and lifting me up like that, but come on, man.
Bro, you do that in the 80s or 90s, you're going to get a nut shot so fucking hard. You're never fucking doing it again. You're literally going to get punched in the fucking balls. I'm punching you. If you're going to jump, I'm going to jack your fucking balls. They don't wear cuffs in the NFL.
Oh, I was just going for the ball.
Punch you as hard as I fucking can. You ain't getting away with that bullshit.
No.
So
You
we
want
would have
the
found a way
players-
to hurt whoever was jumping, so that jumping thing went away without changing the fucking
That's
rules.
right. Let the players control themselves. Sometimes that's what it takes.
I myself blocked a couple extra points and a couple field goals in the NFL,
Mhm.
and we used the push technique, which Clay Matthews would get behind me and push me so hard I could just fucking bulldoze, usually the center, whoever's snapping the ball, or in between him, or the guard, whoever my fucking my pony was. I would pick one, and I go, Clay, get behind me and push. They made that shit illegal. I don't know why. I also played on the fucking PAT field goal team where I got pushed against, and I didn't fucking give up any fucking blocks. Make them just be fucking better, motherfuckers. I could block two fucking guys. Why can't these motherfuckers that I'm bowling over block two guys? That's their fucking problem. Don't change the rule for that shit.
But you're allowed to do the tush push.
Exactly. For now, which I
Yeah.
would think they're probably going to get rid of, because it's a pretty fucking boring play and it's almost impossible to stop. But it is an offensive play, so they may keep it because they do want more offense than anything. So
Yeah. Well, but unless you're Buffalo and you go for it and you get that crazy spot on 4th and 1 at a pivotal point in the game.
This
You
is
mean that
our,
crazy, terrible spot that
Uh-huh.
oh my god, dude, that was a terrible spot.
this is the other public service, since you brought up Clay. Definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Definitely. How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
I have
Crazy.
two teammates that should be in the Hall of Fame: Richmond
Webb.
Webb and Clay Matthews. No doubt
Yeah.
about it. I don't understand it. It's weird. It's good for the game. They're good guys. They're
Absolutely.
non-controversial picks. No one's going to be mad. And they fucking earned it, man, through longevity and Pro Bowls and just being.
Oh, hell yeah.
3 decades. I mean, that's insane. 3
Mhm.
decades.
Yeah, 3 decades. Your brother's in too. I mean, it's a I don't know.
They
It
better
makes no
not put
sense.
his kid in before him, or there's going to be a problem.
Big
And the
problem.
kid shouldn't get in. I'm just saying, as a point of fact.
It just
Come
makes
on.
no sense. That's baffling.
It's weird, but hopefully, do they run out of chances still? Do they give them so many chances and then they take them
And
off
then
the
goes to
list?
the senior committee.
Then you go to then you go to the senior committee. So hopefully he'll get in there.
Is the senior committee something that you can get on forever, like a committee where they can just come back and just pluck someone that they've forgotten about, or?
I think they can, right?
That's a good question, but I would say yes, just because there's so many of them. How could
Right.
you keep order without maybe going back? The point spread for this game is Chiefs favored by 1. It was 1.5, so we're getting closer.
I live
Interesting.
I live an hour from Canton, and I have not been to the Hall of Fame since 1993, 94. I'm sure it's a lot different now, but
I'd
I
love
was
to
never
check it
getting in
out.
to begin with, so I ain't paying to get in either. Fuck that.
Can't you just give me your NFLPA pass? No?
I probably still have that somewhere. Yeah, I probably could, but I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. You know you have zero clout and zero pull once you retire from the NFL. You are
Yes.
utterly useless to them. You are a commodity. You are useful. You are just fucking cattle, for fuck's sake.
Oh, but
Very
dude,
good
the Pro Football Hall of Fame should be free for any active or retired NFL player. Come on.
I can get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for free, being a Cleveland resident. All I need
Yeah,
is a
see?
driver's license. So I'm sure I could probably get in for free. I have no idea. I don't plan on going to visit until Clay and Richmond get in. I missed Marino's induction ceremony. I was invited, but I don't know. I was stoned, took a nap or something. That was a few years ago. But I won't miss Clay's, and I won't miss Richmond's. I'll definitely go to those because those two, great dudes, great teammates, good fun.
Did you go to Morton's?
No, I also got stoned and just went to sleep. So, and I never know if Morton's mad at me or not. Dude's been butt sore since I came up behind him and hugged him from behind for 20 years. So that's
I'm
a
sure he's
different
over it, man.
fucking story. So that's a funny story about Morton that I don't want to shit on him. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's a good dude, but
Oh, he's a great
he
dude.
was acting like a bit of a diva that day, and I had to put him in his fucking little diva place because kickers are assholes. But that being said, I loved him for my team because he made the biggest kick of my life and got me in a fucking Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I will never shit on that guy for that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
That was
Gary Anderson.
We still love to.
Oh, I do. Fucking
It's
great
not
kick.
as much.
It wasn't his fucking fault that they lost the
No.
game.
No, they still had a 7-point lead.
It was
Yeah.
my
Maybe when you
fault
get-
we won, bitches. I was that good. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, you balled out that game.
Well,
Absolutely. And
and,
I cried. Are you talking about cried like a little bitch with Adam Schreiber after the game? Yeah, I
Oh, that was
bald.
classic.
Dude,
NFL films right there, brother.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's so my most embarrassing moment in the NFL is seeing myself on NFL film, forehead to forehead with Schreiber, crying like a little bitch.
It was emotional, man.
It was
Yeah.
emotional. Dude, that was an amazing
Oh,
game.
dude, my emotions went from like all over the place, happy, that, and then instantly pissed off at fucking Reeves when he was like, only bring Pro Bowlers up here to the podium, up here on the stands.
What
Only
a
Pro Bowlers
dick.
only. Nobody else. After the fucking game I played, I can't go up there, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that was
so-
lame.
I was like, dude, you are the lamest motherfucker before a Super Bowl. You are the lamest cocksucker for fucking doing this shit.
So
But he
lame.
did it and just immediately changed my emotion. And then went back in the locker room, saw the guys, and I was happy again. Then we went on the bus, and a bunch of the fucking backups started smoking weed, allegedly. And that was also a happy moment. And then I just started calling people on my Motorola brick phone. No, I'm just kidding. They were smaller back then.
No,
but
you had the Star Tech then, didn't you?
yeah, the fucking little like matrix phone back then.
Yeah.
So, used to get hot, and I think it gave my wife many years, if I'm not mistaken. So that goddamn radiation. But that being said, yeah, that was I was all over the fucking map. I remember the game before the game even started. One of the old linemen, I won't say who, was just puking in the toilet, just because of nervousness, and he'd never done that before, to my knowledge. Art Shell came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you gonna be all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it'll be fine, man. This is a big deal." I mean, I was fucking nervous. That was the most fun game I ever played in. I'll never forget it, even though I can't remember a single solitary play of it. I can't. But I'll just never forget the feeling. It was a great feeling.
Oh, dude, it was an amazing game. It was an amazing game to watch. It was just incredible. I mean, you guys were given no chance. I don't know what the point spread was, but you were given no chance going into that game.
Here's
Pam
the-
Oliver talking to Denny on the sideline before the game, going, "So what hotel you staying at in Miami?" I'll never forget seeing footage of that shit.
Well,
Pam,
and
you were
here's the
rock on
funny
that one.
part. You got Chandler,
Yeah.
you got Biscuit, Cornelius Bennett on the right, and then you got the guy that kind of ruined the Super Bowl in the middle.
Right. You could have replaced Eugene's and we would have been just fine with that shot. But I had not gone to the Pro Bowl and I was not going to this Pro Bowl. So Reeves did not want me up on that Stan. Those are just the facts of it. I mean, this is the weird shit he did. When we got off the plane in Miami, he had the Pro Bowlers and former Pro Bowlers get off first. Okay, Pro Bowlers and former Pro Bowlers. Yeah, because that's going to intimidate John Elway and Shanahan. It just coaches are fucking coaches. This is why I never got into fucking coaches, because coaches are fucking idiots. And, you know, this guy had been away from the game for how many months? We're rolling along, and then he comes back and he just starts doing the dumbest shit. Rest in peace, Dan, but you did a lot of dumb shit.
You did. Your game plan was terrible. Your game plan that
bad.
got you guys to that Super Bowl, he did the complete opposite. He put Chandler in a position that was not utilizing his skill set, and it showed. And it really was an issue.
Yeah.
Sure, but
there's no blame. I wanted to put this picture up because you can see at the end, the Vikings had a chance with the ball, and they basically took a knee. And you can see Randall Cunningham's body language. You can also see Shane Dronette, you know, rest in peace as well. Just you guys, that was your day, man. It was impressive.
Yeah, that really
one of
was.
those games they don't talk about enough because we didn't win the Super Bowl afterwards. But had we won the Super Bowl, I think they'd be talking about that game all the time because it was that good of a game to watch and be a part of.
Absolutely.
And
that's a great game.
I find the shit unwatchable. Apparently, and oh, by the way, the NFL is fucking rigged because if Myles Garrett ends up in Kansas City, then forget about it because apparently he wants out of Cleveland, I guess. I heard today.
Yes, he does.
So if he ends up in Kansas City, then I'm going along with Terrell Owens going, this shit is rigged. But we'll see where he ends up. I'm sure he's going to end up in the NFC. You guys would assume as much.
I would assume so. And I mean, how could Kansas City even fit him under their salary cap?
I don't know.
Yeah. They have ways.
They just do it.
And props to Mort here. That same intensity he always had. Now, Striz, on the other hand, in this photo, looks like typical goofball Dan. But Mort just...
And I can promise you neither one of those two guys were on bus 3 smoking weed. They were fine. They were drinking beer. So I'm letting everybody know there was a lot of weed fucking going on back in the day, but none of the key players were smoking.
Well, keep in mind, we talked about this. It was the official pain drug of the NFL. If you knew what you were doing and if you were decently, taking care of your body instead of pills, that would have been the option.
Or if you, unless you flunked a drug test like I did. So then it was not. Then it was vodka and Crown Royal because it is. Unfortunately. Or Demerol or Vicodin or Percocet
or just a combination.
One of those terrible drugs.
There's Trey Deuce. You got Jamal doing the dirty bird. Even Coach was doing the dirty bird.
All the important people up on the, enjoying the moment when all the old linemen are down below looking up at him. It didn't really matter. It mattered for like 30 seconds.
Sure.
I was butt sore about it. And then I was just like, nah, fuck this. He's not going to ruin this moment for me. I don't give a shit about that stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad you did too. But he did it to himself, essentially.
Dude, there's lots. I could tell you all sorts of stuff. It's like we hadn't been weighed in for 3-4 months. Once we went on our winning streak, he quit weighing us in, which is a very unusual thing in the NFL back then, to stop weighing in your athletes. But we just kept winning and winning and winning. Won all the way out. We get to the Super Bowl, our first fucking practice. I'll never forget. Chris Chandler walks out. He goes, "Hey, big guy." He goes, "The old man wants to weigh everybody in." I'm like, "You can tell the old man he can suck my balls. I ain't getting on a fucking scale. He can go fucking start somebody else. I'm not fucking weighing shit in." I'm like, "I don't even know how much I fucking weigh. There's no fucking way I'm getting on a scale right now, motherfucker." And these little stupid control things, like how the fuck is it going to help to weigh us in 2 days before a fucking Super Bowl? What are we going to do? Get in the sauna and get under our fucking playing weight before Sunday? It just didn't. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
They had this control thing back there. These silver generation motherfuckers, these old timers had this. I had a lot of old coaches, dude. I mean, I had Shula coach, and he was born in the 30s. I had Reeves as the coach. I'm not sure. He might have been born in like the late 30s. And then I had Belichick, who's obviously a staunch boomer.
Yeah.
And I had June Jones, who's a boomer. And then all my O-line coaches just about were boomers, except John Sandusky from Miami, who could have been born in the Victorian age because I mean, I don't know how old that fuck. He was in his 70s when I got drafted by the Dolphins. I'm thinking mid 70s. So yeah, it's time for us to take over the world. Goddamn it, that's what I'm saying. We've been controlled by all these old motherfuckers our whole life, and we're still being controlled by them. The people in Congress's kids are our age, and these people are still in Congress. Our kids, they had all their kids in the 60s. This is ridiculous. These people need to go.
This is
Big Schreiber.
I couldn't get your picture, but I got close enough. And
Yeah, we don't need to see my big bubble butt. I don't even have that butt anymore. Don't even show them fucking pictures of me in football. I don't care about that stuff.
Fine. You're out.
I'm all about fucking opening up the new Regal Beagle. I just need a location. Is it Costa Rica? Is it New Mexico? Or am I coming to St. Louis? Am I coming to Missouri?
Misery.
Because you know what always does well in a recession, no matter what? Booze and drugs, baby. Doesn't matter if it's a recession or boom times or whatever. Booze and drugs. So maybe we just need to open up our Regal Beagle and we can all switch off on the night shift. Meaning Bill can have 6 of the 7 nights and Rob and I.
The place practically runs itself. That's fine.
Rob and I will
What's
work
he not doing there?
We'll work karaoke night. Happy ending. Oh fuck, I'm scared.
Oh shit.
Listen, it's okay. I know there was a
about
lot today. I do want to say that my head's been spinning for 2 days. I could have sat here for 45 minutes and read down the list of the shit that this guy's been doing, just trying to get a rise out of us. And clearly it's working for me anyway. But I don't want to do that because our whole message has been to inform, educate, and entertain. The whole point of listing stuff isn't helpful. Yes, I want to educate you to what's important that we feel everybody deserves a right to, whether that's healthcare, equal rights, civil liberties, however you want to place it. But again, we're basically independents trying to get everybody on the same page to push back against this. I don't want to be working for Elon Musk. I did not vote for this man. He's got no place in our government. This Doge thing is kind of fucking made up. It's not approved by Congress. And he's already got all the information he needs wired in. Now, if you don't think he could get into the Treasury Department and work with voting tabulators, then you're ignorant and maybe you don't need the Department of Education because it's too late.
Because it's too late, yeah.
My happy ending is that I got to talk to you guys and I feel like my head's spinning a little bit less. I didn't read a laundry list of shit, but be aware, educate yourselves, and any questions, we're happy to supply either sources or straight up information, but we got to get this together. Time's running out. This USAID really stuck in my craw. I don't understand why we think we're the bad boys when our whole nation was built on being the good guys. I'd like to continue that. This orange guy can fucking go.
Agreed.
All right,
So, I know
what's yours, fucker?
I don't
You don't have to have one.
Yeah, I got nothing today. I mean,
it's okay. Gino?
I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna say I'm happy Kendrick Lamar won a bunch of fucking Grammys and that he's doing the halftime show because that's probably the only part of the Super Bowl I'm going to watch. I'm not a huge Roger Goodell fan. It's hard to watch that product anymore.
Oh,
really
fuck that guy.
I see a lot of
bastard.
guys my age that are fucking beat up that the NFL literally does not a goddamn thing for. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna stick with the Cavs. They're playing. Yeah, we have 3 of them on the All-Stars playing in the All-Star game.
Oh, nice. Now, are there any trade talk with the Cavs?
I don't believe so. I think these guys have been together. Every one of them has been together for 2 solid years, and they all like each other. They're comfortable with each other, and we don't have any needs per se. So, I mean, we just have to play well to win. We have the ability. Will you pull it out? I mean, they're inexperienced, so you just got to get over that hump. I mean, Michael Jordan and the Bulls couldn't beat the Pistons for a long time, and then all of a sudden, the Pistons weren't shit anymore.
Yeah,
it's all about it. So it's just got to be one of those things where you got to get past the bad reffing, the bad calls. Stay healthy, and then have a good 8 to 10 person rotation for the playoffs, and we should be solid. We're definitely going more than one round. I expect to see us in in the Eastern Conference championship game, probably versus Boston. I would be very disappointed if we weren't. So
Yeah,
we're that
I'd love
good.
to see it.
That's my happy ending. Go Cavs.
Nice.
All right.
I like it. All right. Well, hopefully we can get back together on Thursday. Maybe there'll be less information that's awful to share, and maybe we can have a more uplifting or at least happier podcast. I wasn't feeling it today, guys, and I apologize for that, but I'm trying to process all this stuff, and I don't know where we're heading as a nation, which is
Well, you know what? You fill it out. Call a congressperson, email a congressperson, your congressperson, and your senator. And
I can't find
motherfuck
Wesley
them a
Bell.
little bit. Tell them to
I
get off
can't
the
find
fucking-
Wesley Bell. Where's my representative? He's
Yeah.
APAC'd up and he's gone. And I'll tell you what, the person
That
who
is the
beat-
most disappointing race of all the races
Mhm.
that I saw.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
That
was
Cory Bush was doing just fine. Y'all motherfuckers.
Mhm.
we fucked up because she would have been making a stink immediately. Because
Yeah,
she's nobody's
he's
friend.
a sellout. He is a
They're
total
afraid of black women. They're scared of black women, and I would like to see more in the Democratic Party. The more, the
Mhm.
better. The more of any women in the Democratic Party and leadership roles, the better. Except for Nancy Pelosi's old insider trading ass. You can take your ass back to San Francisco with your dented head husband's fucking whatever, and fuck off, old lady. I'm sick of your ass.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's time
saying.
to go.
I'm just saying. We need younger, more female, more diverse. Fuck all this trying to rig it for average dudes. It's bullshit. That's just, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
For me. We're gonna have a shitty country if a bunch of average dudes are fucking around in it. I promise you that.
Absolutely
Oh,
right.
fuck yeah, we're
Get
well on
smart
our way.
people.
Well, on that note, let's get smarter and let's gather together and make some change.
Agreed.
All right, that sounds good. That's a good happy ending right there.
I'll see you Thursday.
Yes, the plan is to see you on Thursday.
All right.
Right,
Today, guys. See ya. Hunks, you're cutting out. I don't know what happened to you.